Mid and East Antrim Borough Council and Department of Agriculture staff were stood down amid claims of intimidation. Police said there was no evidence of a credible threat against them. The Agriculture Committee concluded the primary driver for the decision was to protect staff. Concerns had been raised after graffiti opposing the Northern Ireland Johnson Protocol appeared in a number of loyalist areas. The protocol is part of the UK government's Brexit deal with the European Union for the withdrawal and creates a trade border in the Irish Sea. It keeps the North aligned with the EU single market for goods, ensuring free trade across the Irish border. However, it has led to disruption and additional checks on goods coming from Great Britain into the North. Unionist leaders have called for the protocol to be scrapped and argued it had created a border in the Irish Sea, although they always misinterpret the whole thing. Staff at the port of Lance post-Brexit border posts were withdrawn from duty on February 1st. A week followed until all staff had returned to work. The Department of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs said its decision to return officials was the result of a full threat assessment from the PSNI. The committee report identified multiple factors cited by the department and the council for why the initial decision was taken. It noted concerns over graffiti as well as an increase in reports of other intimidating behavior at the end of January. These concerns were compounded by the belief of some senior individuals that paramilitaries were involved in these activities based on information provided to them by grassroots contacts, the report concluded. It continued that the police service of Northern Ireland was found to have provided consistent and regular verbal assurances to stakeholders that they considered the risk to port staff to be low and that there was no information to substantiate the reports of paramilitary involvement. The 75-page report published on Friday also took issue with a letter sent by Mid and East Antrim Borough Council Chief Executive Anne Donaghy to the UK Cabinet Office on January 30th. During evidence, Ms. Donaghy was recalled to the committee after this letter, written on council-headed notepaper, and after it was leaked. In it, she expressed wider concerns about the protocol and outlined alleged threats to staff, including that she was aware of the involvement of paramilitary groups. She told a committee hearing in April she had written the letter in her role as the Northern Ireland representative of the Society of Local Authority Chief Executives, so-called SOLAS. She added that it had not been among information provided to the committee's inquiry, as she did not believe it was relevant or had formed any part of the council's decision to temporarily suspend checks. In the committee's final report, it said the letter should have been disclosed immediately upon its request for information. Some of the inconsistencies in the evidence provided by MEABC officials raise questions about the credibility of actions pertaining to this correspondence it suggested. The report made a number of future recommendations, including that the identity and details of grassroots contacts that provide information to senior officials should be disclosed fully to law enforcement agencies. It also called for the Council to clarify the threat assessment in correspondence with the Cabinet Office and that any staff member who was stood down from their posts should be informed by their employer that the PSNI's consideration was that the risk to their safety was low and that they had no information to substantiate paramilitary involvement in the activities reported during this time. And I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.